Ever feel like you're surrounded by chaos, manipulation, and mediocrity? Like the world is trying to drag you down to its level? You're not paranoid, it's real and it's relentless. But here's the kicker: you don't have to play their game. Welcome to the Sigma male community, where we cut through the noise, reject the nonsense, and forge our own path with unapologetic strength. Today we're diving into the 11 things Sigma males have zero tolerance for, deal breakers that threaten your sovereignty, your focus, and your fire. This isn't just a rant, it's a wake-up call for men who refuse to bend, bow, or break. Let's roll. 1. Weaponized helplessness. Imagine someone who's always drowning in crisis. Their life's a perpetual soap opera, and you're cast as the unwilling hero. They sob, they plead, they lean on you like you're their personal crutch. But Sigmas see the script. This isn't misfortune, it's manipulation dressed up as misery. They don't lack compassion. They just refuse to feed emotional leeches who turn weakness into a weapon to guilt-trip you into fixing their mess. These performers don't want solutions. They want your energy on a leash. Sigmas spot the con a mile away, the trembling voice, the calculated tears, all designed to siphon your time and sanity. They don't argue or coddle. They step back, shut the gate, and let the act flop without an audience. It's not cold, it's clarity. They know their strength isn't a public service for every sob story with an agenda. This intolerance isn't random. It's rooted in a razor-sharp focus on what's theirs to control. Handing over your peace to someone who thrives on chaos? That's a choice, and Sigmas don't make it. They save their firepower for fights that matter, not for propping up a stage that's rigged to collapse. Next time you're roped into someone's rescue me routine, ask yourself, is this genuine struggle or a power play in disguise? Sigmas already know the answer, and they're already gone. 2. Loyalty betrayed. A Sigma's loyalty is a rare alloy, forged slow, tested hard, and handed out only to those who prove they're worth it. It's not a gift, it's a pact built on mutual respect and unspoken trust. But violate that, lie, backstab, or disrespect what's sacred, and it's over. No second chances, no negotiations. Just the quiet, final snip of a bond you didn't realize was holding up your world. People misread the silence. They think the lack of fireworks means forgiveness is on the table. Wrong. That calm is the guillotine dropping. Once you show your words worth less than the air it rode in on, you're static, irrelevant, erased from their orbit. Sigmas don't burn energy on vengeance. They just lock you out and let the void teach you what you lost. Trust isn't a game to them, it's a cornerstone. Betrayal doesn't just sting, it shatters a structure they built with care. They don't waste time rebuilding with flawed materials. When you're out for good, left staring at a wall higher than the one you breached. So, if you've got a Sigma's loyalty, guard it like it's your last lifeline. Because when it's gone, you're not just alone, you're invisible. 3. The mediocrity mind virus. Relax bro, why try so hard? That's the siren song of the mediocre, and Sigmas plug their ears. They despise the mindset that worships stagnation. People who slap chill on laziness like it's a virtue and scoff at anyone daring to climb higher. It's not about wealth or status. It's about the soul-crushing refusal to grow, to fight, to live. Being around these types feels like wading through quicksand. Their apathy's contagious, a slow drip of poison that numbs ambition and excuses atrophy. Sigmas don't just reject it, they amputate it from their lives. They thrive on evolution, on the grind that sharpens their edge, and they won't let some couch-bound philosopher dull it with good enough. Mediocrity's a choice, and Sigmas see it as cowardice masked as comfort. They know real growth demands sweat, discomfort, and a middle finger to the status quo. Settling isn't peace, it's surrender, and they'd rather die on their feet than live on their knees. Look around, who's lifting you up and who's dragging you down? Sigmas don't ask twice, they cut the dead weight and keep climbing. 4. Emotional extortion rackets. After all I've done for you, sound familiar? It's the opening line of a guilt trip heist, and Sigmas clock it instantly. Favors with strings, kindness with a hidden invoice, that's not generosity, it's a con. They give freely when they choose, but the second you try to cash in old debts for control, they're out. They don't owe you their soul because you played nice once. That guilt you're peddling? It's fake money, and Sigmas don't trade in it. They see the ledger behind your crocodile tears, the way you tally every good deed like a loan shark. It's not gratitude they lack, it's tolerance for your emotional Ponzi scheme. When you pull that card, expect the exit to be swift. No debates, no apologies, just the sound of a door locking behind them. They'd rather walk alone than let you chain their freedom to your sacrifices. Real connections don't come with a bill. Next time someone tries to cash in a favor like it's a blackmail check, channel that Sigma steel. Your autonomy isn't up for auction. End of story. 5. The Fixer-Upper Fantasy, Romantic Edition. Walk into a Sigma's life with a wrench and a mission to save him, and you'll be out faster than you can say project. They're not your fixer-upper, not some broken toy for you to tinker with until it fits your blueprint. They want a partner, not a self-appointed shrink or a savior with a checklist. Relationships are a meeting of equals, not a renovation gig. Their self-reliance isn't a flaw to patch, it's a fortress they've built through fire. Trying to heal them without permission isn't noble, it's an insult to their journey. Sigmas smell the control trip a mile off. You're not fixing them, you're flexing your ego, chasing the high of being their redeemer. They don't play that game. They've wrestled their demons and wear their scars like medals. You don't get to rewrite their story because you think you've got the magic touch. Push that agenda and they'll show you the door. No drama, just a firm not here. They demand respect as they stand, not as your work in progress. If you're looking for a man to mold, hit the clay aisle. Sigmas come as is, take it or leave it. 6. Hollow rituals and forced performances. The forced office cake cutting. The wedding where everyone's checked out. The small talk that's dead on arrival. Sigmas don't just dodge these, they recoil from them. These aren't celebrations, they're scripted purgatory, where authenticity gets buried under fake smiles and peer pressure. They'd rather claw their eyes out than fake it for the crowd. Connection isn't born in these shallow graves. They crave depth, not the charade of fun that leaves you emptier than when you walked in. The idea that showing up proves you're good is a lie they won't swallow. It's a waste of their finite fuel and they guard that like gold. Their no isn't rebellion, it's liberation. They'd rather sit alone with their thoughts than clap for a hollow encore. Real bonds don't need a stage or a guest list. They grow in the quiet where masks aren't required. Next time you're stuck at one of these soul suckers, feel that Sigma itch to bolt. Your time's too valuable for emotional cosplay. Save it for what's real. 7. The Loud Confidence Mirage. The guy bellowing his greatness, chest puffed like a cartoon rooster? Sigmas see through the hot air. True confidence doesn't scream, it simmers, steady and unshakable. That loudmouth's just insecurity in a cheap suit, begging for claps the Sigma earns without asking. They don't need to flex for the room. Their power's in the quiet, the way they hold space, choose words, move with purpose. You don't know what they're thinking and that mystery cuts deeper than any shout. When they speak it lands like a hammer, not a megaphone. Loud's a distraction, a plea for eyes they don't need. Sigma's no real strength doesn't announce itself, it proves itself. They let the braggarts tire out, chasing echoes, while they build something solid in the shadows. Watch the loudest guy next time. Then watch the quiet one who doesn't flinch. That's where the real power lives. 8. Surface-level echo chambers. Parroting headlines like they're profound? Quoting TikTok as gospel? Sigmas mute that noise fast. They can't stand shallow thinkers who swallow trends whole, no questions asked. Depth's their oxygen, probing, wrestling, forging their own truth, not recycling someone else's hot take. Those echo chambers are mental junk food, tasty, empty, and gone in a bite. Sigmas dig for the roots. Why is this true? Who's pushing it? What holds up? They smell the hurt a mile off and steer clear. Chasing likes with borrowed ideas isn't living, it's drifting. This isn't elitism, it's survival. A mind that doesn't question rots, and Sigmas don't rot. They build their thoughts like steel beams, not straw huts that blow over with the next viral gust. So, next time you're nodding along to the crowd, stop. Dig deeper. Sigmas don't follow, they lead themselves. 9. Title inflators and responsibility dodgers. The leader, who struts around with a fancy title but bolts when the heat's on? Sigmas see the fraud dripping off them. Authority without accountability is a costume, and they don't salute paper crowns. Real leadership owns the mess, not just the applause. They watch these peacocks preen, loving the perks, dodging the fallout. It's a betrayal of what power should be: responsibility, grit, standing tall when it counts. Sigmas lead by example, often without a badge because their word's their bond. Titles mean squat if you can't back them up. Dodging blame while hoarding credit? That's a coward's game and Sigmas don't play. They demand the weight match the rank, or step off the pedestal. Anything less is a hollow shell they won't waste breath on. If you're in charge, own it, all of it. Sigmas don't respect a king who runs from his throne. 10. Drama disguised as passion. The screaming, the tears, the chaos labeled passion? Sigmas call bullshit. Real passion fuels, builds, moves mountains. Not this emotional wildfire that torches everything for kicks. It's a tantrum in a fancy dress and they're not here for the show. They see the machinery, ego, hurt, a need to drag you into the vortex. I'm just intense is a free pass for wreckage and Sigmas don't sign it. It's not love or fire, it's a trap sucking your peace dry. They don't negotiate with storms, they walk away clean cut. Drama queens think they're irresistible. Sigmas know they're exhausting. They save their energy for what constructs, not what destroys. Chaos isn't strength, it's weakness with a louder mic. When someone's passion starts burning your bridges, don't fight the flames. Leave the arsonist to their ashes. 11. The Clout Chimera. Chasing likes, begging for shares, living for the scroll? Sigmas gag at the sight. Clout's a hollow ghost, shiny, fleeting, and worth less than the pixels it rides on. They don't dance for strangers' applause. They build for themselves, brick by silent brick. Clout chasers are slaves, tied to trends, groveling for digital scraps. Their worth swings with the algorithm's mood. Sigmas pity that trap. Real impact doesn't need a hashtag. It stands tall when the lights go out. They don't hate fame, they hate the circus you jump through to fake it. While the world scrambles for the stage, Sigmas work the shadows, crafting something no crowd can tear down. That's power, not a follower count. Next time you're tempted to chase the glow, remember, Sigmas don't beg. They become undeniable. There it is, 11 things Sigma males have zero tolerance for, laid bare. These aren't quirks. They're battle lines, guarding your mind, your time, your soul from a world that loves to leech. Sigma male community isn't just a channel. It's your compass through the storm, your fuel for the climb. If this hit you where it counts, smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications and lock in with us. Like this video, drop a comment, tell us what you won't tolerate, and share it with the men who need to hear it. You're not just watching, you're joining a brotherhood of growth, strength, and unshakable will. Let's keep rising, together.